of our viewers on Synergy TV, all of our viewers on the Caribbean Showtime Television in Canada, all of our listeners on U975 FM Multicultural Radio, a very warm welcome to another beautiful edition, Conversations with ZELISA. Remember, it's Freedom Monday with Dr. Burendra Tiwari, and of course, he's a force to be reckoned with. We look forward to absolutely wonderful programming. Directing this morning and in Master Control, Hisham Costello, we'd like to wish on behalf of the team, each and every one of you, a marvelous day today. It's Monday, the 31st of July, 2023. It is the eve of a public holiday, Emancipation Day 2023. And of course, this program today, Monday, Freedom Monday. Let's quickly go to our quote for today. Don't wait, the time will never be just right. Don't wait, the time will never be just right. And you know, I always like to say to you, don't procrastinate, don't waste your time, do something constructive and productive. That came to us with the kind compliments of Fab India Expo. Remember to check them out, great deals every day. This is the white tent opposite Medford gas station. And of course, they've got a lot to offer, not just for you, but the entire family and friends. All right. Let's say a very good morning and a very warm welcome to Dr. Burendra Tiwari. Happy Monday. Warm welcome, Freedom Monday.
Good morning, ZELISA. And good morning to all of you for tuning in, for watching and for listening, wherever you are in Canada, in Trinidad and Tobago. I want to thank you for joining the show. This is Freedom Monday and I am Bo Tiwari. I have two wonderful guests today. We are going to talk about local government with Devika Thomas, the leader of the Reunited Farmers Party. And we are also going to talk to Sister Zakia Wadada, who is the Executive Director of the Emancipation Committee. And we're going to talk to her about, of course, Emancipation Celebration, which is very special this year with the arrival last night of Ashanti King from Ghana, who will be part of the celebrations. But before I do, I want to start this morning by doing something I meant to do last week, but because the time was so tight, I got no time to say anything except to talk to my guests. And therefore, I want to say thanks to Kiran Samaru, who hosts the morning program from 6 to 9 early in the morning, every morning. And he was so kind this morning. He saved his parking space for me, for which I am very grateful, because it can be a hassle downstairs on the Eastern Main Road. And more than that, I want to say thanks because he was so kind a couple of weeks ago in welcoming me to the show, and more than that, for wishing me well. And he has always been a good collaborator and friend, and I want to say thanks very much to Kiran Samaru. And I wish him well on his show. He is very much in command now of that morning program, and I wish him well, and I wish for his audience to grow and for interest in this program to continue. We are entering the month of August from tomorrow, and with that we are going to be celebrating Emancipation Day. August is a very, very important month in Trinidad and Tobago. So we have Emancipation Day, then we have Independence Day on August 31st. We go into September. On the 24th, we have Republic Day. August is generally, because of the nature of the period, recognized as Pan Month by Pan Trinbago. And therefore, a lot of things are going to be happening this month that are of a national nature and that cause us to think and to reflect and to think about the future as well. So that I hope that we will take the time to do that. In addition, I can promise you that over the August period, we are going to be talking to some interesting people as we move away from local government, which the election is on the August the 14th, and as we move into independence. And we want to deepen the discussion a little bit about the kind of society we are, the kind of country we are, the prospects for the future. And as we approach Republic Day as well. Today in the newspapers, in The Guardian, the major headline is the flood. Now, this is something that is so irritating. I mean, it is irritating for me. I am not affected by it this morning, but I have been in the past, not in my home, but in the areas in which I live. When the flood comes, you can't drive out. Sometimes you damage your car in the process. It causes a lot of inconvenience. And I could imagine the people living with this flood, whether it's an hour, 2 hours, 5 hours, sometimes 2 days, 3 days. It really is distressing for people. And to have this happen over and over again, I mean, really saps your human spirit. You know, you hardly have the courage to go on after these things happen to you over and over. And I cannot understand in a country that has a lot of rainfall, and I understand climate change, we're getting more, and in a country that has a period of deep drought, and in which we are involved in agricultural production and our irrigation system is poor. We have shortages of water from time to time with WASA. We don't have a good distribution system. We don't have a good collection system. We don't harness the water properly. I cannot understand 61 years of independence and we can't get this thing right. I mean, really. I mean, we have to be a Duncy country with Duncy leaders not to be able to get this thing right. I mean, you can't solve a problem of plenty water in the rainy season and no water in the dry season. And you need water all year, 12 months a year, every day of the year for everybody. Whether it is for home use, whether it is for your tap in the house, for drinking, for brushing your teeth and so on, or whether it is for agricultural purposes. And you mean we can't get this right? Can't we drain the rivers properly? Can't we do the irrigation systems properly? Can't we collect the water in places where they gather in the low-lying areas and build a system that allows you to do that? Can't we clean the drains every week, every couple of weeks, so that we keep the water flowing? Can't we dig deeper where we need to? Can we embank where we need to? I mean, this is not rocket science. This is a 2,000 square mile island, you know. I mean, people have to be fed up with these things. And I really feel now that we're in the middle of local government and these parties are coming to talk to you about all the problems you have and how they're going to fix it and so on. I mean, really, this is ridiculous. This is intolerable now, you know. And the second thing is that the other newspaper, the Express, has a story about a home invasion in which a woman took her husband's gun, which was in the home, and she shot the man or one of the men who was trying to enter her house. And I see when I read the story that they are thinking about whether they would lay a charge against her. tell the police to stop this madness. Somebody is coming into your house and you know that there is a gun there that is licensed, that is owned by somebody in the house. And you have to study whether you have a license or don't have a license to deal with this intruder who might harm you and your daughter living in the house. I mean, really, this is something that we've got to try and settle in this country so that we understand the importance of property in English law. First of all, I am not a lawyer, but I know that much. And secondly, we also must understand the right to privacy in your home and the need to protect your home and what is yours from intruders. And I feel that that is a reasonable position to start in terms of protecting people in their homes, giving them rights that they need, and at the same time dealing with criminals and criminal intent. And I feel we need to deal with that. So this is my little bit this morning. It is now 10 past 10, and I know ZELISA needs to take a break. So I will ask her to take a break now, and we will proceed with the program afterwards.
Sure, most certainly, sir. Of course, there we had Dr. Burinder Tiwari, and of course to all of our listeners on Synergy TV, the Caribbean Showtime television in Canada, all of our listeners on U975 FM Multicultural Radio, thank you so much for choosing us. Let's now go to these important messages. When we return, Dr. Tiwari will welcome his first guest, Mr. Vika Thomas. Let's go to these messages.
Lifetime Solutions, manufacturer of metal roofing, panels, framing, guttering, and related products. Located lot number 26, Omera
878 Trin City Mall, Trin City. Contact them at 640-3155.
Calm down.
Check out Charan's Bookstore.
Due to the high volume of calls and requests, Fab India Expo has been extended until August 1st. Just a few more days remaining. Get all that you need under one roof. Ethnic Indian wear, furniture, footwear, jewelry, musical instruments, home decor, kitchenware and many more. Authentic Indian food court, spa and much more. Fab India Expo, your one-stop shop located opposite Medford Gas Station, Chaguanas. Now closing on August 1st. We're open daily, including weekends and holidays, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Fab India Expo. Check us out today.
Super quality supermarket, best quality and great prices. Get your fresh fruits, vegetables and meats. It's a one-stop shop for the most affordable groceries, baby items, kitchen supplies, bathroom accessories, car care supplies, pet food, toys and lots more, all at Super Quality Supermarket. Wide aisles, fully air-conditioned and secured parking. 3 locations nationwide: Couva Car Park, Couva, 98 Endeavour Road, Chaguanas, and 47 Tissue Drive, Trin City. Super Quality Supermarket.
Welcome to OATS, Optimal Alternative Treatment Solutions Limited, the future of healthcare, which provides full body scans, which we detect and treat cancer, tumors, all heart conditions, cysts, fibroids, dementia, Parkinson's, just to name a few. No radiation and medication is not needed. If you are tired of getting no results, call us at 354-4459 or 356-7226.
Welcome back to the program Conversations with ZELISA. Of course, it's Freedom Monday with Dr. Burinder Tiwari, and as he welcome our first guest, Mr. Vika Thomas. She is the leader of the Reunited Farmers Alliance. Ms. Thomas, good morning and welcome. Are you there? Good morning. Ms. Thomas, good morning and welcome. I know she was there just a while ago.
Visham, is she there?
Ms. Thomas, good morning and welcome to the program. Okay, let's take a short break and let's try to, or perhaps Dr. Tiwari, you could, you know, enlighten us a little bit. Of course, you know, emancipation is day is tomorrow. Perhaps we'll maybe get you to make a few comments on that while we try to reconnect with Ms. Thomas. Please,
Well,
let's go to Dr. Tiwari.
Yeah, emancipation is very important.
Let's go to Dr. Sorry, sir. There you go.
Sorry.
Please.
Emancipation is very important, and that's why we have Sister Wadada talking with us in a few minutes. So we will explore some of the things with her. But it's very big this time. You have a king from Ghana coming who plays a role. I got an invitation from the principal of the University of the West Indies because he's giving a talk there, I think on Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken. And he himself, I think, is a chancellor, from what I read in the letter, to a number of universities. And he is involved in business, you know, so it would be important to hear his perspective. The Trinidad emancipation is very significant from Trinidad and Tobago's point of view, in the sense that that was established here as a holiday and as a day of commemoration in 1985, which is what, 38 years ago? And Trinidad and Tobago was a pioneer, in fact, in the recognition of this day. So for those reasons, I think we need to pay attention and try and understand what is happening on this significant day in August 2023. Okay?
There you go. I know also. Do we have Ms. Thomas on with us? Hello, Ms. Thomas? Okay, shall we go to a quick break, please? Let's go to
Lifetime Solutions, manufacturer of metal roofing, panels, framing, guttering, and related products. Located lot number 26, Omera Industrial Estate in Arima. Give us a call, 646-5813 for further information. Lifetime Solutions. Give us a call today.
Charan's Bookstore for all your school books, stationery items, uniforms, shoes, board games, toys, and much more. Visit them at any of their 3 branches located at 24 Eastern Main Road, Quezay, San Juan. Telephone number 675-9024 or 675-3607. 53 Eastern Main Road, Tunapuna, 663-1884, 663-1476, or 645-3878. Trin City Mall, Trin City. Contact them at 640-3155.
Calm down, calm down.
Check out Charan's Bookstore.
To all of our viewers on Synergy TV, all those of you on the Caribbean Showtime Television in Canada, all of our listeners on U975 FM Multicultural Radio, welcome back. It's Freedom Monday with Dr. Burindra Tiwari. And let's say a very good morning, Ms. Thomas. Ms. Thomas, good morning and welcome.
Good morning, are you hearing me?
Yes, we're hearing you now. Devika, I hope I can call you Devika.
Yes, you can.
Yes, so let's have a conversation. I'm going to get right into it because we had some technical...
Before you get right into it, I quickly want to thank you for how you started the program by taking kindness with regards to your co-workers. It's a nice start, you know, so this is one of the kindness that you did. And then you got into the crime, which got me a bit in despair. So I must commend you on the start of the program.
All right, thank you so much. And I look forward to this conversation. So I'll get right into it because of the difficulties we've had. And I want to give you a time and space because we cheated you last time. So tell me about your campaign. What is happening? How are you feeling? How are the people responding on the ground? And what is your sense of it?
Our candidates on the ground, we have a diverse team of candidates. We are talking to the people, everybody's talking about change, we want to see change.
Raise a voice, please. Yes.
Yeah. Are you hearing me better?
Right,
Much
that's
better,
better now.
yeah.
Yes.
We're hearing about they want change, and they're speaking about the normal things which are roads, drains, flooding, which you alluded to earlier. You're not affected by, but others are, and it's a hindrance to everybody when there is flooding. The rain falls a little bit, there's too much things, and then so many things people are complaining, the normal things, and you would think that a party that has ruled this corporation for over 30 years, why are we still complaining? We shouldn't be. And as you rightly said, the crime is high. You also alluded to a woman shooting, which is not far from my community. And we do have to protect ourselves. This place has really gone mad.
Yes, it's distressing sometimes to live in the country, and it's just as distressing to watch what's happening on the news and to live with the crime and the criminality and all the other woes that everybody else in other countries take for granted. But we live with them as constant woes. Anyway, what is the driving idea behind your party? I mean, you have two major parties in this country, and each of them is competing for political power at different points in time. Why do you want to jump in this race, and why do you want to form a party? Some people might ask you, if they are unkind, what is wrong with you, as they have asked me on many occasions. Or some people might say, what is it that you are not happy with, that you want to start a political party and do something different?
Well, we did not initially start off as a political party. We started off as a lobby group regarding the ex-carry workers, where there are almost 3,398, and I have the figures here of workers who are still waiting on their residential land, 3,000 still waiting on agricultural leases, another 1,000 leases yet to be allocated, and 1,200 leases yet that were allocated, dislocated, and still to be allocated. So we were being against the ministry for these lands regarding the ex-carry workers, 23 years now, and they have not received, despite a High Court judgment by Justice Yelsing in 2007. So clearly the government has breached the High Court order to distribute the land. And also to the food craft farmers came to us as well, because they have so many issues of radial acid, flooding, no access to their lands and things like that. And our membership are the ones who pushed us or asked us, all these issues, they're playing with us with the politics, so maybe we should form a party, get into the politics ourselves, so maybe we can be assisted with some of these things that we so long crying out for, all the injustices that, we've been faced with. And here we are today because of that, because of our membership and, the things that they want us to do so that they will be served.
Would you say that there's a kind of general disrespect for agriculture and people in agriculture in this country?
Certainly. I mean, food security is an important factor in this country, and that is not even the focal point. We don't even talk about food security. Our import bill, I would say, is over, or at least 6 billion. And yes, we continue to import, and farmers are not getting the opportunity to plant or don't have proper training and support systems or mechanisms in place so that we can plant, and of course the price of goods will be cheaper, whereby we will sustain and feed our nation, which is our motto, feeding our nation. So agriculture certainly has been something that is high on our agenda.
Okay, what about your alliance with PEP? Why PEP of everything that you wanted to do? Why PEP?
Well, it was not a matter of choosing any one political party. It was a matter of us making a call. We had our lobby action at the Ministry of Agriculture's building, and we called out for support from anyone who would have come out to support. We wrote to the opposition, we wrote to the Prime Minister. I yet have to get a response from the opposition. She has not even responded to our letters. And but now we have started a communication with the ministry. we have open communication with them, and we are in direct communication with them. And of course, they have mentioned only last week or so that they will start the distribution soon. They have identified 2 sites and they will start the distribution, so which is good news on behalf of the efforts that we have extended ourselves into doing on behalf of the farmers. Now, the question you ask is about the PEP. Why the PEP? When I made a clarion call for someone, for persons or political parties to come aboard and assist us, the PEP membership, or PEP, the leader of the PEP, Philip Edward Alexander, came out and he supported us. Also, a lot of other people, a lot of other persons, I would say, David Abdullah of the MSJ and individual persons, and also the obviously Justice Warren, they all came out and supported us, and and he continues to support us. So, I mean, of course, we would want to gravitate towards people who are supporting us. A clarion call was, and these are the people that came out. So, obviously, I mean, we would, I would say, align ourselves with them. We hope that we have our objectives and agenda, and we most definitely want to achieve this by the ministry having, started the distribution, farmers getting proper service and that they need so that they can better be able to plant and feed the country in terms of local produce.
Yeah, so you would say that you found a common ground.
Definitely.
With PEP,
yes.
and
so
therefore you
has
proceed.
proved himself to support farmers and agriculture in Africa.
Okay, now you started a new party. You did not start off as a political party, but you got involved in elections. What is your problem with the traditional large parties, PNM and UNC? What do you feel about them?
Well, based on our campaign and being on the ground and the feedback from the electorate, I would say a significant percentage of the population feels alienated from the political process, which is dominated by the two major parties. Citizens want a savior from an alarming committee, rise of horrific levels of crime and killing. State institutions are failing everywhere, including the deliverance of justice. So this is the general feeling on the ground, and these are the things that people are complaining about. Our party aims to represent our members in light of a myriad of social and political changes that really needs to be addressed quickly. It needs to be high on the agenda.
Okay.
Now,
All right. Visham, raise a volume, please. I'll ask one more question.
Let's quickly go to this break,
We'll go to a break?
Let's quickly go to this break. We'll get the audio situation sorted. Reminding you, of course, thanks for choosing us. Let's go to these important messages. When we return, Dr. Burendranath Tiwari will continue his conversation with Mr. Vika Thomas, who is the leader of the Reunited Farmers Alliance. When we return, stay with us.
Lifetime Solutions, manufacturer of metal roofing, panels, framing, guttering, and related products. Located lot number 26, Omera Industrial Estate in Arima. Give us a call, 646-5813 for further information. Lifetime Solutions. Give us a call today.
Charan's Bookstore. For all your school books, stationery items, uniforms, shoes, board games, toys, and much more. Visit them at any of their 3 branches located at 24 Eastern Main Road, Quezay, San Juan. Telephone number 675-9024 or 675-3607. 53 Eastern Main Road, Tunapuna, 663-1884, 663-1476, or 645-3878. Trin City Mall, Trin City. Contact them at 640-3155.
Calm down.
Check out Charan's Bookstore.
Visit Agri Savers Limited, number 19 Orange Grove Trace, St. Augustine. For all your agriculture, livestock, pet, agri-equipment, hydroponics, cannabis, fishing tackle supplies, and much more. Open Monday to Friday 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Contact 473-6074, 663-1094. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Therapeutic treatments and tutoring by Nandi, certified occupational massage therapist and reflexologist, specialized in all types of therapeutic treatments like massages, reflexology, medicopping, detoxification, sinus drainage, body analysis scans, supplements and much more. Call or WhatsApp today at 3207256 or 3232060. Passage to Asia, the award-winning restaurant and banquet suite located in the heart of Chaguanas, the best fusion food restaurant in Trinidad and Tobago. From the second you enter to the moment you leave, you will be treated like royalty. Come, dine in luxury and enjoy the finest combination of Asian cuisine prepared by skilled and qualified chefs at Passage to Asia. The experience is truly unforgettable, perfect for families, couples, and large groups. Passage to Asia, located at St. Ives Street, Chaguanas. Contact 672-2701. Also, visit us on Facebook and Instagram.
All of our viewers on Synergy TV, on the Caribbean Showtime television in Canada, all of our listeners on U975 FM Multicultural Radio, welcome back. It's Freedom Monday, right here on Conversations with ZELISA with Dr. Barinjoda Tiwari. Doc, welcome back.
Thank you very much, ZELISA. Okay, so Devika, two quick questions before we go. The first thing, will you win a seat? What are your best chances in what seat?
Well, we are the ground campaigning. I mean, we have been getting positive remarks. We contested 8 electoral districts in Chaguanas Corporation. I would say Felicity, Charleville, and Monrovia. Also looking at Londonville. Of course, we're looking to win all. And we also need to work with Plan and maybe Gasparo. We still have 10 days in this.
Yes, okay. And finally, the elections will come and go on August the 14th, and the results will be in. What are your plans for after August 14th?
Well, our campaign is not about races, remarks, mudslinging. The campaign for the past 50 years is on the law that affects people. The minds of the people we need to do, we need to think beyond race. So we are going to continue to support partners as I said today and tomorrow. We will continue our work, we will continue our advocacy for the people as I said, the minds of the people need to change. Every population is then they will stand.
All right then. Well, I want to thank you for coming on. I'm glad we had the opportunity to talk, and good luck in all that you do. And I hope to see you sometime after August the 14th when we'll talk about other issues. Thank you very much, Devika Thomas.
Thank you very much.
All right then. Move on now to our next guest. We'll try to get her online. She is Sister Zakia Wadada, and she is Executive Director of the Emancipation Committee of Trinidad and Tobago, and we'll try to have a conversation with her about what is happening for Emancipation Day and Emancipation Week and what we can expect in Trinidad and Tobago and how she sees things generally.
Good. So while we connect, we try to connect with Ms. Wadada, Dr. Tiwari. You know, you just had that conversation, of course, with Ms. Thomas. The election fever, it's in the air. And what are your thoughts on what we've been hearing from all the major, the parties that are, what are your thoughts?
Well, I don't sense any great enthusiasm. I think that I think the parties have their solid support within the party, limited support, the hardcore activists, etc. When the parties have major political meetings, they take their hardcore support with them to those communities. It is very difficult to say how many people from the communities that they go to actually come out. And it's very difficult to assess whether there is any enthusiasm beyond the parties themselves and the party activists. So, like all citizens, I'll just have to wait and see
what happens.
What happens on August 14th.
Despite the fact of all the energy that's there.
Yeah, but I don't sense tremendous enthusiasm for the elections, but we'll wait and see.
Do we have Sister Wadada on with us? Is she there? Okay, while we try to connect with her, I think what we need to probably look at, Dr. Tiwari, based on your experience, you've been in politics and you wear many hats, apart from being an author and things like that. In terms of solutions, are we really seeing solutions, or we're looking at problems that existed in the back, bantering and blaming each other, the blame game, rather than let's look for a solution to fix Trinidad and Tobago?
No, I don't see anything by way of solutions. When I look at the politics, what I see is PNM is quite comfortable to stay in power forever, right? I mean, that is their goal. And they will do all the things that are necessary to do that, including pulling people from the UNC to cross over by whatever means, taking strategic or tactical actions in terms of campaigning in order to win and to stay in power and stay in control. The UNC on the other side, in my view, is outside. They are in opposition, and they will do everything to get into power, including coalitions, alliances, whatever is necessary to basically strengthen their position.
Right.
And the parties are focused on the issue of winning, right? Winning to stay in power, winning to get in power. But I don't see any time or effort spent on analyzing what the problems are,
right,
and what the solutions are for the problems.
Good.
I mean, we have three big problems in this country, really. We have a natural gas problem in which 4 of the plants are shut down.
Right.
In which Atlantic LNG is operating at 70%. So we're not even getting the best out of those 3 trains.
Right.
We have no gas prospects until 2027 based on current arrangements and configurations. The Dragon deal is in jeopardy. It is under challenge, according to the words of the Prime Minister himself. And that is a problem we have to solve.
Right.
And I think the government is trying on this, but I don't think that we are going to get an easy solution to this one.
Right.
The second thing is our foreign exchange problem.
Wow.
Which is that no matter what we say we have in reserves, no matter what we are invested with the HSF in the stock market, etc., the point is that we are importing more than we are exporting, and with the gas situation as it is now, we are in a very bad situation.
Right.
Notwithstanding whatever the Minister of Finance says. And in that situation, we've got to have an investment strategy, a diversification strategy, a diversification for market strategy. We've got to move up the value chain in terms of investment to entrench ourselves into the global system that is emerging with digitalization and all the things of technology that are changing the world that we're living in. And we are not doing that at all. And thirdly, we've got to find a way to self-sufficiency. Every country is doing that now. That is why you have what you called nearshoring. That's why the United States wants to do nearshoring. A lot of their manufacturing has moved from China to Mexico and other countries in Latin America. There's a greater alliance now with the economies of Canada and the USA. And we need to be more self-sufficient because in the foreign exchange dilemma, we've got to import less, produce more, and export more.
Yeah.
And those three problems that I mentioned, the natural gas shortage issue, the serious investment and diversification and markets issue, and thirdly, the import substitution and reduction issue we are not addressing at all. And all of those have to do with jobs, they have to do with growth, they have to do with development of Trinidad and Tobago. And I am seeing or hearing no solutions having to do with these three important things. Meanwhile, everybody is, who can do better are thinking about migrating, they're going abroad, etc., trying to make a living however they can. So that is really my take on it. Do we have Sister Wadada?
No, what we're going to do, Doc, would be take a short break at this time.
Sure.
We'll try to connect with her, and of course, when we return, we continue the conversation. It's Freedom Monday with Dr. Burinder Aktiwari, and of course, let's go to these important messages. Stay with us.
Is she on?
Lifetime Solutions, manufacturer of metal roofing, panels, framing, guttering, and related products. Located lot number 26, Omera Industrial Estate in Arima. Give us a call, 646-5813 for further information. Lifetime Solutions, give us a call today.
Charan's Bookstore for all your school books, stationery items, uniforms, shoes, board games, toys, and much more. Visit them at any of their 3 branches located at 24 Eastern Main Road, Quezay, San Juan. Telephone number 675-9024 or 675-3607. 53 Eastern Main Road, Tunapuna, 663-1884, 663-1476, or 645-3878. Trin City Mall, Trin City. Contact them at 640-3155.
Calm down.
Check out Charan's Bookstore.
Due to the high volume of calls and requests, Fab India Expo has been extended until August 1st. Just a few more days remaining. Get all that you need under one roof. Ethnic Indian wear, furniture, footwear, jewelry, musical instruments, home decor, kitchenware and many more. Authentic Indian food court, spa and much more. Fab India Expo, your one-stop shop located opposite Medford Gas Station, Chaguanas. Now closing on August 1st. We're open daily, including weekends and holidays. 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Fab India Expo. Check us out today.
Super quality supermarket. Best quality and great prices. Get your fresh fruits, vegetables and meats. It's a one-stop shop for the most affordable groceries, baby items, kitchen supplies, bathroom accessories, car care supplies, pet food, toys and lots more, all at Super Quality Supermarket. Wide aisles, fully air-conditioned and secured parking. 3 locations nationwide: Couva Car Park, Couva, 98 Endeavour Road, Chaguanas, and 47 Tissue Drive, Trin City. Super Quality Supermarket. Tile Expression Limited, the #1 leader in tiles. Large stock, unbeatable prices, wide variety of porcelain tiles, ceramic tiles, wall and floor tiles, residential and commercial, granite and quartz countertops. Best quality from Spain, Italy, Brazil, India and China. Tile Expression Limited, conveniently located Monroe Road, Kunapir. Telephone 693-0015 or 223-TILE.
Welcome back to the program Conversations with ZELISA. Of course, to all of our viewers on Synergy
No, well, we're
TV,
not getting the
all
link
of our
with you.
viewers on the Caribbean Showtime Television in Canada, all of our listeners on U975 FM Multicultural Radio. Welcome back. Let's say welcome back, Dr. Purindradat Tiwari. Dr. Tiwari, welcome. I believe we do have Miss Zakia Wadada on the telephone. Miss Wadada, welcome.
Yes. Well, all right. Okay. Let's talk. I mean, you seem to be involved in a number of things right now, which interfered with our program this morning. But tell me a little bit of what you are doing and what has you so busy.
A photo.
Good morning to your audience. Remember today
Dr. Tiwari, unfortunately, the listeners will not be able to hear what she's
Okay,
saying.
all
We've
right.
got to just reconnect. In the meantime, I'll get our director to put things in place via the telephone line. Let's quickly take in 2 ads, and when we return, we'll continue the conversation with Dr.
All right.
Tiwari and Miss Wadada.
Sister, listen. We'll have to cut this, and we'll have to make another link.
Yeah. I humbly apologize for the... Okay, so let's go to these messages.
Lifetime Solutions, manufacturer of metal roofing, panels, framing, guttering, and related products. Located Lot number 26, Omera Industrial Estate in Arima. Give us a call, 646-5813 for further information. Lifetime Solutions. Give us a call today.
Charan's Bookstore for all your school books, stationery items, uniforms, shoes, board games, toys, and much more. Visit them at any of their 3 branches located at 24 Eastern Main Road, Quezay, San Juan. Telephone number 675-9024 or 675-3607. 53 Eastern Main Road, Tunapuna, 663-1884, 663-1476, or 645-3878. Trin City Mall, Trin City. Contact them at 640-3155.
Calm down.
Check out Charan's Bookstore.
Due to the high volume of calls and requests, Fab India Expo has been extended until August 1st. Just a few more days remaining. Get all that you need under one roof. Ethnic Indian wear, furniture, footwear, jewelry, musical instruments, home decor, kitchenware, and many more. Authentic Indian food court, spa, and much more. Fab India Expo, your one-stop shop located opposite Medford Gas Station, Shagwanas. Now closing on August 1st. We're open daily, including weekends and holidays. 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Fab India Expo. Check us out today.
Super quality supermarket. Best quality and great prices. Get your fresh fruits, vegetables and meats. It's a one-stop shop for the most affordable groceries, baby items, kitchen supplies, bathroom accessories, car care supplies, pet food, toys and lots more, all at Super Quality Supermarket. Wide aisles, fully air-conditioned and secured parking. 3 locations nationwide: Hoover Car Park, Hoover, 98 Endeavour Road, Chagonas, and 47 Tissue Drive, Trin City. Super Quality Supermarket.
Welcome to OATS, Optimal Alternative Treatment Solutions Limited, the future of healthcare, which provides full body scans which we detect and treat cancer, tumors, all heart conditions, cysts, fibroids, dementia, Parkinson's, just to name a few. No radiation and medication is not needed. If you are tired of getting no results, call us at 354-4459 or 356-7226.
To all of our viewers on Synergy TV, those of you on the Caribbean Showtime Television in Canada, all of our listeners on U975 FM Multicultural Radio, welcome back. It's Freedom Monday with Dr. Barindra Tiwari. Doc, welcome back.
All right. Thank you very much, ZELISA. Listeners, viewers, I'm sorry that we weren't able to get Sister Wadada on the television and radio this morning to talk about emancipation. As you would know, this would be a very busy time for her. And I think in the physical movement and the problem with the technology, we weren't able to do it. We got her on the phone, but we couldn't get the audio, and that would have left you out as the audience. But I want to share with you some of my thoughts, that is to say, some of the questions that I was going to ask her, and you yourself can reflect on it, because they are important questions, issues. I was going to ask her if she was proud of the fact that Trinidad and Tobago declared Emancipation Day a national holiday and made the commemoration of Emancipation Day important to the world way back in 1985, which was about 38 years ago. I don't know how she would have responded, but from my own response, I think that that was an important initiative for ourselves as a country. We put the day on the map. We, in fact, I don't know if you could really call it celebrate emancipation. I myself had a conversation with Sister Wadada in 2021 when, during the pandemic, they could not even have an emancipation celebration here. They had to basically do everything online. And she said that it is more a commemoration than a celebration, because on the one hand it deals with the painful reality of the savagery of slavery and enslavement of African peoples on the one hand, and secondly, it celebrates the freedom from that through the notion of emancipation. There are some who will argue that the Emancipation Declaration had nothing to do with the true freedom of those who were enslaved, but really had to do with how they managed economically the transition from enslavement to apprenticeship and then other forms until finally the enslaved were free people in society. In Trinidad and Tobago, I want to tell you, we had 50 years, not a long period of enslavement as they did in Jamaica or Barbados, where slavery was really instituted for a long time. But in Trinidad and Tobago, we had 50 years. That doesn't make it any less brutal. But the point is that we did not have an extended period of enslavement in Trinidad. It was brutal nonetheless. I was going to ask her again, what do we really celebrate when we celebrate Emancipation Day? And from my point of view, I think what we can celebrate is that people came here, they were enslaved, they were eventually emancipated and given their freedom. But what they have done over time, really, in all these islands of the Caribbean, is that they have made their contribution. They have helped to build societies, they've helped to govern societies, They've created societies that are relatively free. And basically, that is a tribute to those who were enslaved, contributing as free citizens in their society. All of this was made possible, of course, by education and personal upliftment and a sense of ownership of the society in which you live. I was going to ask her, using Bob Marley's song, if she thought that the process of emancipating ourselves from mental slavery is occurring at a faster pace. A lot of people feel that the mental enslavement is much more detrimental than the actual physical enslavement of people. And I wanted to ask her that question because it was an important question to deal with the mental condition of the society. It is not any one thing. In any community, in any society, you'll have different people at different levels, different people at different stages of progress, of emancipation, of self-development, of hope, of achievement, etc. So I was going to ask her a little bit about that, to discuss this question of not just emancipation, but the issue of mental slavery. And Bob Marley had made a big thing of that, and it had become very important to the consciousness of people. And in many enlightened gatherings, that would often be a point of conversation, and it was a powerful piece of music. Marley himself was a very, very powerful singer from the Caribbean who made it worldwide and who became one of the major artists recognized for their contribution to the 20th century. And he had a lot of connection with the African continent as well. And because of his own religious and spiritual leanings, considered Ethiopia and the emperor of Ethiopia for a time, Haile Selassie, to be a direct connection with his spiritual movement and evolution. I was going to ask her about CARICOM's recent pronouncement on the business of what you called reparations, which is a big issue of discussion. The Secretary General of CARICOM recently took note of the fact that major universities across the Atlantic had apologized for the slave trade and the enslavement of Africans, and that some businesses and nations had also done so, and saw this as she recognized this as a positive development. So I was going to ask her, how does she feel about this, and where do you think that this will lead? I want to say that one of those universities was Harvard University. As you know, slavery was an institution in the United States, especially in the southern United States, from Virginia down to the rest of the South, and lasted longer than it did in the British West Indies. You had emancipation here in 1838, but in the United States you didn't have freedom from slavery. You didn't have real emancipation until after the end of the Civil War, and that was in the 1880s, a long time, almost 50 years from 1838. So I was going to ask her about that, and the fact that major universities had done that. One university too in Scotland, I can't, for the life of me, I can't recall the name now, but they also made a commitment to the University of the West Indies, because many of the slave owners came from that part of the world and that country, especially in the country of Barbados. And this was unearthed by Hilary Beckles, who is the Vice Chancellor of the University of the West Indies currently. And he discussed with them and negotiated with them. And they made a commitment to endow research at the University of the West Indies to make up, to be part of the reparations. So we thank you very much for listening. You have an idea now of what I was going to ask and the context of the issues. I was going to try and deal with this not as an issue just of enslavement and slavery and emancipation, but something of value to humanity and human relations, and something of significance, not just to the African community in Trinidad and Tobago, but to all people in Trinidad and Tobago, and to all people in the Caribbean, and all people who value the significance of freedom in human life. I want to thank you for listening to me this morning and for sharing this time with us, and more than that, for viewing, and I hope to see you again next week. This is Freedom Monday with Bo Tiwari. Thank you very much for listening and for watching.
This is where we wrap things up. Here's reminding you that with God, all things are possible. I am ZELISA Buddha Singh Rupani. Thanks for choosing us.